Welcome again to the Amazing Sages Freak podcast. My name is Lee, and I've also got Nathan with me as well. Nathan, say hello. Hello, there he is. Today, we've got a bit of news. We're going to do a tier maker, and we're going to talk about Borderlands 4, which we've both completed, and just a bit about what we like, what we don't like, favourite weapons, characters, bosses, all that jazz. Short and sweet this week. I know all of you have missed us. I know Sam has, as always. So we're going to get going. Nathan, I'm going to start with you. What have you been up to?
Well, obviously we've had a little bit of a gap between this first episode and this one. That's because I don't know if anybody remembers Ben, who was on the channel before. He had a baby, and I worked with Ben, and I basically just had to do 6 weeks full time. So fitting it in made it a bit awkward. I don't normally work full time; I work part time. That's what's different. So that's why we're a bit later with this. So lots and lots of work, lots of boring stuff. But basically, not much. That's my thing. I'm trying to get back into streaming. So I've been trying to set that up. People who's got me on Steam might notice my name's changed. I did like a chat GPT, see what it can do for me in terms of streaming thing, but I think we're going to talk about that another time when we talk about AI and stuff. But yeah, just been doing that. I mean, it was Halloween the other day. We had a scary movie marathon with the kids. Watched a couple of classics, watched some new ones, ate lots of snacks, and nodded off while watching most of the films. So it was good. It was a good time for all. What about you, Mr. Jet Setter, who's away?
There was no setting on jets. I'll tell you that. What there was a bus, a coach, Flixbus.
Oh, are they them new ones? Are they green or something?
Yeah, so they're in Europe quite a lot. We used one when we was in France, but so they've got a Flixbus journey. They go from Nottingham basically straight to London. It takes 2.5 hours. And if you book your tickets early enough, it only costs you like a 10-12 quid.
Did it used to be Megabus, or is that still a thing?
Megabus is still a thing. I think they're two separate companies, but I really haven't looked into it that deeply. But yeah, so we went down on the Flixbus, which was quite nice. So we went on Wednesday, came back Thursday. Stayed over in it wasn't a hotel. It was a hotel, but they also owned some apartments about 200-300 meters away, and we stayed in a ground floor apartment. Me and Karina had one room which had the bathroom, and Amy slept on a sofa bed in like the living room / dining room / kitchen. But she wanted to go to the bathroom though. She had to go for our bedroom. So I says, right, you want to go to the toilet? You go before you go to bed, and you go up, and you don't walk through. She's like, oh, but I often go to the toilet at night. I was like, I'm only joking. It's fine. But yeah, that was quite amusing actually. It was alright. Apartment was okay. I think if you're staying there for a week, it'd be good because they had like a fridge and a cooker. It was like a little apartment. Quite nice. The only thing I didn't like, the ceilings were quite high, which kind of made you feel like people years ago were in fact 8 foot tall. And it had a proper wooden floor, which you might think, ooh, nice. I'm like, no, not really. I like a carpeted floor. I like a nice carpeted floor. I'm not against wooden floors, but I've never stayed away and had a hard wooden floor. I don't know. Ruined it for me. Absolutely ruined it. Worst thing.
Spoiled trip. You were ready to come home, weren't you?
Worst thing ever. Yeah. So we went to the British Museum. Obviously, the big one that's there, that's free to go in. Oh my God! It was obviously the kids have been off school. The amount of fucking people. Absolute. I'm not going to absolute joke. So many people, and they were all just so annoying.
They like that. I find people quite annoying in public.
I work with
places.
people. Yeah, I work with people in a public place. Obviously, I'm in hospitality management, so I work with people a lot, and most of them are okay. But for some reason, when you're a member of the public and they're a member of the public, they all just become annoying, especially Americans. They're the ones. Everyone else, fine. Americans, not so fine. I did get to see. Oh shit! You know what? I just forgot what it's called. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. I'm just I'm literally just googling the thing that I saw, which I've forgot what it's called. God, that's awful. What's that great big stone tablet that was the key to deciphering languages?
Rosetta Stone.
It's yes. Oh, hang on. Quick pause. Coughing. Yeah. So the Rosetta Stone was there, and absolutely amazing to see that. I think it was worth it. That once I saw that, I was like, time to go home.
Yeah.
Really, just. I mean, it's beautiful. I think it had like 3 different languages on it. And obviously that was used for translations, wasn't it? So
yeah,
quite yeah.
I think you should drop a picture and let anybody see.
Yeah, I've got one. I'll drop one in. Yeah. The and that was a bit like, although we haven't been to I think the Mona Lisa at the Louvre, isn't it? We've not been. Yeah. Karina wanted to go, but we didn't really have time when we was in Paris.
I've heard the queues are a nightmare anyway.
Yeah, so it's only about like 12 inches big as well, I think, and it's like I don't know exactly. I know you think of the Mona Lisa, you think it's going to be some like 3-4 foot big painting. It's not. It's quite small. So apparently trying to see that is a nightmare. And this was a bit like the same. So and there was this one little Japanese dude, little tourist. There was a group of them. And he was so funny. It was really small, and that's not any reflection on him being Japanese, but because I know there's that whole, well, they're really small, but he was a small dude, and he was trying to literally push me out of the way. I'm not the smallest, I ain't the biggest bloke, but I ain't the smallest bloke, and I'm just stood there, and I just like looked at him, and I was like, bro, I just didn't move, and then he realised I wasn't, because he was trying to actually physically move me.
Yeah.
But I think when he realised he couldn't physically move me, he like skittered around the other side. But yeah, no, it was a good trip. I mean, just did a few touristy things like Buckingham Palace and just mainly for Amy, saw Big Ben and what have you. Sorry, didn't see Big Ben because that's the name of the bell, as Amy corrected me. Well, this could be. She went, well, Big Ben's actually, I was like, shut the fuck up, all right, I know, but we call it Big Ben.
Is it St. Paul's or something it's called?
No, it's called like the Elizabeth Tower, I think, and then Big Ben is the name of the bell.
Yeah.
I know, like when your daughter's trying to teach you something, I'm like, motherfucker, shut up. Everyone calls it Big Ben. Why would I go, oh, it's the Elizabeth Tower? People are going to go, what are you on about?
Yeah.
So yeah, went to see Big Ben. Went to Hamleys, which is also packed, obviously. Yeah. Kids are off. Jesus, that was packed. The more interesting, we went to walk around Chinatown. In fact, me and Queen had left her to walk around Chinatown on her own. We went, off you go. Whilst we sat at the pub and spent £14 on 2 pints.
Oh.
Well, to be fair though, city centre, even your general city centre, you'll often find a pint nowadays, which is £7.
Yeah.
So it just felt like we were buying the most expensive pint at a normal city centre pub.
Yeah.
I had a Guinness and she had a pint of Inches. They actually had, which was great. It was 2 stories. It was called, what's the place called? It was called someone's little Wax's little sister. That's what it was called, and it was on a corner. It was like an Irish sort of theme bar, due to the fact that they had Irish music on. That was about it.
And sold Guinness.
And sold Guinness everywhere. So nearly everywhere sells Guinness anyway.
Yeah.
Do you sell Guinness? Is a great question when you work. Do you sell Guinness? I'm like, where have you been recently that doesn't?
Yeah.
So they got this like a lift. It's a pulley, but a lift which takes drinks up to the first floor. Genius. I have got a video of that. I will pop it in actually. If anyone's watching video on this video, I'll pop it in. Quite a cool little place. We sat outside and then it started to rain. Lovely. Where else did we go? We went to a great place called I think it's called Donatelier. So it's basically just think pastries. Nothing savoury, but everything. So they've got like almond croissants, pain au chocolat, normal croissants. But then you've got these amazing selection of pastries. But honestly, it's like right next to Chinatown. And for me, that's now, if I ever go to London, I have to go there. Went to the biggest Waterstones in Europe. It was like, I think it's got like 7 floors or something. Doesn't feel, although I went to have a look for the IT department, computing and IT, and I think one of the managers, this bloke was like, oh, it's just hidden around this corner, but it's not very big. It's the same size as it is as the Waterstones in Nottingham.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so you've got a lot of books, but obviously I don't think I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it's worth being that size. I mean, our Waterstones in Nottingham's, I think, 4 floors. It's pretty big. A lot of them are, though, aren't they? City centres. They tend to stack them up in layers. We didn't actually get anything from there. Or did Amy buy a book? I can't remember. I think she might have bought a book. No, she didn't. She wanted to go and have a look in there. We went to another bookshop. I found a place called the Duck. Is it Duck Shop or Duck Store? Duck Shop. 1 second. Let me have a look. Duck Shop. Duck World. It's called Duck World. And they sell rubber ducks that are themed.
I think I've heard of this.
You can go online. They've got an online store, but obviously if you go inside, they've got like large ducks, maybe, I don't know, maybe 12 inches high. No, maybe not that big. Some of them are big though, to be fair. Well, maybe 10 inches high, like a large duck that was themed in some way. They were like 70 quid, and I feel that's a bit expensive for just a thing. But the mini ducks were like 6-7 quid. Oh, they're great. They're little, like maybe 2 inches, little ducks. They're pretty cool. And then they've got like normal sized ducks, which are about maybe sort of varying between like 12 and 14 quid. But if there was one there that you really like, then obviously it's worth going. Nice little gimmick. That's about it, really. We like I say, coach drivers are alright. Although coming back, we actually booked on the day, and it cost us 80 quid to get back, but it only cost us like 40 quid to get down. We actually also going down. We actually booked out 4 seats so that we could have just a bit of extra room. And they actually allow that. So if you want to book, because some people might have anxiety, don't want to sit next to anyone. Maybe they've got some luggage they want to keep with them, or maybe they just want to be want that bit of space. Who knows? But so we booked 4, but coming back, I was sitting next to a stranger on the way home, which was lovely. As I'm getting on, I'm prepared for who I'm sitting next to. I'm like, please be normal. So as I'm getting on there was this young guy on the bus. He looked at me. I went, afternoon. I guess you're stuck with me then. And he gave me a laugh. So I thought, okay, you're all right.
But that's where you were thinking, please be normal, and then you said that to him. He thought, bloody hell, I'm sat next to the right with you.
Well, I didn't. Yeah, no, I didn't bother him. I didn't like chat to him or anything. I didn't want to.
Good.
If something would, if the occasion arose, I would have, because I will talk to anyone. But so on the coach getting off, we found a purse. Nothing in it. It was just like just a few. It's just like a little purse, nothing in it. However, on the way there, so we got off the bus in town. I was in front of Amy and Karina, and Amy said, "Dad, you might want to see this." And I was like, "What?" So what she found was a Garmin Veno 2S smartwatch worth up to about 200 quid. And so the strap was broke, so I think it fell off someone's wrist or something. I had a look through, no sort of identifying, no names or anything like that. I don't think there's an option to do it. So it's got a slight scuff on the front, but nothing. To be fair, you can't see it on your wrist. It's only when you get your light at a certain angle. So I bought a new strap and a charging cable, and now I have a new smartwatch. It is so that the S range, so that you get like the Velo 2, which is a large watch. Some smartwatches are quite large, aren't
they?
Yeah. But this is a 2S, so this is a smaller version. If you don't want a hulking one, but that's my standard watch that I wear. So and that is that one. And to be fair, they're kind of the same. So, it's a little bit less in your face, less likely to catch it or something. So yeah, new little smartwatch to play with, which is quite cool. It's got like built-in GPS and all sorts, and you can store music on it. So you could sort of go out with it and just listen to music, or like I say, the GPS is cool as well because you can be walking along. Let's say you went for a countryside walk or something. You can actually put a flag marker, so it'll record where you are. So if you was like got a bit lost, it would help you get back, which is quite cool. I haven't fully figured out how to use it, but you get notifications, you can reply on it. Apparently, it's got a microphone on it. It does have like a little hole down there, which might be a microphone, but I've not dug into it. But it's probably very well known for its battery life, which is good because there's nothing worse than a smartwatch that you have to charge up every day.
Yeah.
Same with phones. To be fair, my phone can last 2 days.
Yeah.
If I want it to. But you could put it obviously. If I knew I wasn't going to get home, I'll put it in power saving mode, and it will last me. But it's got like 2 levels of power saving. It's got your standard one, then it's got like super power saving mode, which it like turns it black and white and has like dims the screen and only has like 2 apps you can use on it, which is quite cool. So you can allow WhatsApp, but anything else blocks all notifications and stuff, which is quite cool. But that's about it really. I've had about a week and a half off, and I know we're going to talk about Borderlands, but me and Karina, I've hit level 50 and she's at level 49 now, so we've completed that, but we'll jump onto that in a little bit. So I think we should roll on to just a few bits of news that we picked up. I'll start with the first one. Nintendo, absolute. They hate anything to do with their. They're very strong on their copyright, aren't they? So there's a guy that I watch. I can't remember his YouTube name. It's like Retro Gamer or something. He reviews handhelds, little small retro handhelds. That you can put on ROMs, whether legal or that you buy with them or pirated or whatever. So in fact, Paige has got one. She's got one that looks like she's got one. What would you call it? So yours is like an old school Game Boy one. She's got like a horizontal one. Yeah. So she's got the other style to that, which is looks like more like a Game Gear. No one's gonna know what a Game Gear is. Looks more like a Game Gear style. It's kind of got the on the side.
Yeah.
But there was a streamer who basically was streaming pirated games by Nintendo. He was teaching people how to download them and play them and where to get them from. And he turned around to Nintendo and he said, you might be a big corporation, but he said that he runs the streets. Nintendo put him up for a lawsuit for several $1 million, but he ended up getting sued. But I think the court put him at, I think it was $17,500. I think that was the for streaming, and it was for streaming pirated games. He's also been barred from streaming any Nintendo games in the future. Driving back to Retro Gamer though, if he ever talks about anything to do with Nintendo, he will always blur out. So even illegally acquired Nintendo ROMs or games, he will actually block them out so that they don't trigger anything and he won't have the sound on, because someone's turned around and said, we claim the copyright on that video, which is absolutely dog shit. I think that as a computer game, I know they're not just a computer game company, but I just think they need to be allowing people, you need to expose your games to your audience, because if you're not, then people are just going to be like, well, fuck you.
Well, I can't remember which episode we did before. One at Nintendo ones. One of bits of news where all ROMs were being took off all the illegal sites and that, so it were harder to come by them. But I can't remember the full details on it. There was this man that ran a ROM website, and he got took to court by him, and he defended himself, and now he's basically got to give 40% of his paycheck for the rest of his life to Nintendo, which is, I think, a little bit shady on Nintendo because they're a massive corporation and they're ruining some man's life. But I don't know if anybody's aware. There were a patent case going through because of Pal World, which is the game.
Oh yeah,
which is like a sort of Pokemon game basically. And they put patent against them saying this is too much like Pokemon. We own the monster catching sort of genre. You infringed on this, take it down. And basically the lawyers have come back and said no. The judges ruled no. Pal World is legit for what it's doing. Nintendo don't own, so it's a win for everybody else other than Nintendo, which I don't give a shit about. Nintendo. They should be naughty.
Wasn't it because of their vague description of what they owned?
Yeah, I can't remember the terminology that they used, but I mean they stole it from a game called Dragon Quest, so it's not even like they were the first ones to pioneer using this. And the funny thing is, if anybody's seen a Switch 2 game that's being released, it's like an Animal Crossing Pokemon game where you like do farming and you learn their moves to help you farm, like Squirtle's water to water your plants and stuff. The day after that came out, Pal World developers released a trailer for a new game, and it's like called Pal Farm, and it's basically a massive rip off of that as a finger up to them, saying this is our easy. I mean, Pal World, I think they use AI to build some of their games, even though they say they don't. I think they do. So that's how easy it is for them to knock up a game. But more power to them. Anything Nintendo does is wrong and shady, and it preys on gamers. I don't think anybody should support them anymore. I think they need to go belly up as a company because it's just profit. I mean, all this stuff which Switch 2 just basically been terrible and overpriced and all sorts of stuff. The new Pokemon game that's out, have you seen anything about that? The ZA, I think it's called, or something.
No, I haven't. Do you know anything about it?
£70 game, and the game looks dog shit, basically. It looks terrible. It looks like a game from like 25 years ago. And to use all the Pokemon, you have to buy like a £30 or £40 DLC on top of that. So no, I don't like that. I don't agree with Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at looking at a couple of subreddits. Even the Japanese patent office knows Pal World is an ARC clone queue or something. Yeah. It's got some stuff on there.
Yeah.
And also, apparently there was something to do with a lawsuit as well previously to do with a health bar depleting to complete an event. I mean, really basic things. I think there has to be, when it comes to patents and especially ideas, there's only, I don't know, it's like films, isn't it? I can't remember what the number is. Isn't there only like 13 storylines or something? There's a number, hero rescues somebody. There's only so many, and every single film you can slot into one of these storylines.
Yeah.
So imagine having a film and going, no, you can't do anything to do with that film.
Yeah.
But it's just absolute stupidity. I think Nintendo is shit. I think the games are too expensive. The hardware is too expensive.
And it's poor. It's always poor in terms of capabilities and build quality.
You remember when the Switch came out and everyone's bloody Joy-Con was breaking?
Mine is still broke. We've bought second like aftermarket Switch controllers that have lasted longer than the official Switch controllers. So it's just terrible. Everything about it is just not a good company to support. Yeah,
absolute garbage. So, but anyway, moral of the story: don't stream Nintendo stuff. Don't give them any promotion.
Yeah, just let them fall into obscurity and do something else. Let them bloody go back.
No, because I really like Mario Kart. So,
well, what they could do is sell Mario Kart off to something else. I mean, their newest Mario Kart's also flopped, hasn't it? That Mario Kart World.
Oh, is it?
or whatever it is. Yeah, because it's just a not a very good game, and the open world thing is you can drive off the road for a little bit. That's it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it doesn't even look good. It doesn't look fun. Bring back Double Dash. That's what I say.
Double Dash.
That's the best one.
Have you been playing any MMOs lately? Because apparently there was a Lord of the Rings one in development by Amazon, and it's dead. Yeah.
I'm upset about that because I love anything to do with Lord of the Rings. It's like my favorite film. I watch it every year. I've got the map on my wall. Anything to do with it. I'm currently listening to the books as well at work. But this is a little bit of a kick in the teeth because I wanted a new good Lord of the Rings game. I bought the Tales of the Shire that came out May or March, I can't remember when, and it's a good game. Not as good as I'd like it. She basically just plays a hobbit and it's lots of cooking, and that's it basically. I got bored of it pretty quick, but it's just a nice little chill game. So I wanted to be able to walk from the Shire to Mordor. That's what I want in a game, and this looked like it was going to be able to do it, and it's gone, and that's upsetting. I needed more Lord of the Rings. I can never get enough Lord of the Rings.
I mean, is New World still a thing?
Yeah, this is another thing I was going to actually speak to you not off camera because it's secret or anything, just because I've remembered it. They've just released a massive a Triumph or something like a new thing, and I've re-downloaded it because we played it when it first came out.
Yeah, we played it quite a bit.
Yeah, and I was thinking it'd be nice to go back on that and see where we're at because it's been a couple of years since we last played, but he's still going strong by all accounts. I know they had some Twitch drops the other day. I remember seeing them on Twitch.
I'm just having a look. I just seeing if there's any updates on the new. Just seeing if there's anything to do with New World. I can't really find much on it.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. Some new update happened. It looked pretty good. I'd like to get back into it because it's one of them MMOs where you don't need to be on it 24/7, and like something like World of Warcraft or whatever. If me and you decided to play World of Warcraft, we'd have no chance. Do you know what I mean? People's got 25 years on us.
Yes.
There's no point.
But that's a bit like Elite Dangerous. If you drop in as a new player, God, nightmare. Do you want to roll on?
Yeah. So, speaking of Nintendo being shady, Xbox has actually gone the other way in terms of they've been too strict, and I think they've killed themselves a little bit. And I've seen a lot of people saying this is the beginning of the end for them. They've been saying it for a while. They want to move away from the hardware, and they want to go like all the Xbox apps on the PCs and everything. They want to move towards that, and the next gen console that they've got is basically a PC. And I mean, I don't even know if it'll come to fruition. I think it might be a little bit of a smoke screen, so that they can get fully digital because Microsoft owns Windows, so it makes more sense for it to just the already PC gamers let them deal with hardware. So I think they're sort of killing themselves off on purpose, but also a bit stupidly. I saw that Walmart and Best Buy, I think it is in America, don't want to or don't at all support the console. They've stopped selling them because they did a price increase of $100, which put them $100 above PS5. So they were saying, why would I sell an Xbox when I've got a PS5 for the same amount, and you can get all the Xbox games basically on PC? So you can't buy the consoles in America in the chain stores anymore.
Crazy.
They've done the Game Pass, which in some of our previous episodes we shouted from rooftops about Game Pass. It was like £1 for a month or something, weren't it? One bit of free trials.
I mean,
a couple of quid.
Yeah, so I've had Game Pass Ultimate for a while. We use it on the PC also because I've got 2 Xboxes near my TV. Don't ask. So for basically Xbox over there, and I've obviously got my PC, and there's a lot of good stuff on there.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff. You get all your new releases that come out as well. So you get one first, when it comes out, Outer Worlds 2, that's available.
Yeah.
But I was paying $14.99 and now that's going to go up to $22.99. That's like 50% increase. Now that's a lot of money. It's not like £2, which you can be like, well, you can question it, but at the same time, you kind of accept like a £2. It's not, because everything goes up, doesn't it? But now I'm debating whether to drop down to the premium Game Pass, which won't give me day one releases. I think that's the main thing, to be fair. That's the big thing on there. But I don't know about cloud gaming and stuff, because I've done a bit of cloud gaming. If I wanted to try a game, stream it with cloud gaming, it works. Works better now than it does, than it has ever.
Yeah.
Initially, it was quite shit, but it's all right.
Well, that price increase that you've got there, that's because you're an existing customer. New customers, it's even more. I can't remember. I think it's £28 or something stupid like that.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's too much money for some people. For something that were relatively cheap and a good idea. So, I know the website crashed when they announced that for people trying to cancel and get rid. So then that's another little kick in Xbox. And then I don't know if you've seen any of the memes around it. Halo, obviously, Xbox's like the main mascot of Xbox. They're now leasing him out to PS5, Master Chief, and so their exclusives are now going on to PS5 and they're on PC. So it does feel like the beginning of the end for Xbox, which is a bit sad because it's always been a good, dependable thing, and it's where I started online gaming with 360. That's how I picked it up, and it's sad to see it go here. But if you're gonna treat your customers like rubbish, you're gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, developer kits have also gone up from $1,500 to now $2,000. I mean, if anything, you'd keep them the same just so that games can be made. Maybe look after these people. What else we got? So many of the latest models, hardware wise, are going up 30%. Series X model in some markets, not all markets, in some markets. Absolutely shocking and just quite frankly disappointed. But yeah, Xbox is literally going to just be a PC in a box. Well, I mean, it kind of is now, isn't it? You can plug your mouse and keyboard in, it will just pick it up, use it. So we got a new movie coming out, 2026. We're looking at it's a new UFO film, and John Williams is teaming up with Steven Spielberg, and I cannot be more excited. I don't know. There's not a lot of information about this out, but that was just a bit I wanted to throw on there, just because you've got John Williams, he's done just about everything, and then with Steven Spielberg, let me just have a quick see if there's any updated news on it.
I do like it when the sort of not shadow drop, but it comes out of nowhere and nobody knows much. Nothing worse than having a film ruined by a trailer. I mean, I don't watch trailers for films anymore because I don't want to be ruined by them. I just know something's coming out, and I think I let myself get excited about wanting to watch it. So I'm happy with less information. Will be with more. Yes,
I always like a little. I'll watch a trailer, but I won't watch like a 6-minute trailer. I'm like, that's just a film compressed for me.
Yeah.
The information we got is June 12th, 26. And we've got other bits and bobs. Emily Blunt, Colin Firth, so they'll be in it, which is good. What else have we got? Plot details are all being kept under wraps, obviously, but we're looking at it's going to have the same kind of tone. We're thinking like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and you've got E.T. Yeah. I'll give you that kind of epic scale.
That was my first thought, that it would be Encounters sort of style.
Yeah, so the working titles are, well, unofficially linked to the titles, Disclosure and The Dish. But that could be anything, so we don't really need to worry about that. I'm always excited for a Spielberg film. And let's be honest, he's getting on. I don't think it's going to be that much money left, is there? So yeah, next year. I love an excuse to go to the cinema. I went to the new View cinema in Nottingham because the Cineworld shut down, and then they've redone it up as a View. And I have to say, I prefer the Savoy cinema, which is the old school cinema. The View just feels a bit, I don't know, it feels a bit, it's not, well, the prices aren't too bad. Now, when I say cheap, I mean, imagine you buy something, but you tap it and it's cheap plastic.
Yeah.
You know, I've got a nice keyboard in front of me now. It's got you know, metal. It's, you know, it's got a bit of weight to it. But you know them crap ones that you buy or you come across and you're like, oh, that's solid. But you know, it feels like that. I feel like I could tap any bit of the View and it would feel like cheap plastic. It's fine though. That's
my sentiment exactly.
Yeah, it is all right. Oh, what did I go to watch? I went to watch Tron Ares, which I enjoyed. I'll give it a solid 6 out of 10. Just, nothing was amazing about it, but it was a good film.
Yeah.
I will watch it again at some point. I'll watch it at home at some point. Obviously, it'll be Disney, won't it? So it'll be on there. But I don't think I'll go and see it again. I'm not. It didn't really. Amy loved it. She thought it was amazing. I'm like, well, she's like, what do you think? I went, it's all right.
I've heard the shelving it anyway. The series for now.
I don't know. Yeah, it's Tron is good, but I don't know what they can do with it, to be honest.
I did like the other one. I can't remember what it was called. Legacy. Tron Legacy.
Yeah, it was Legacy. Yeah.
I quite like that one when that one came out. We Daft Punk in it, and
yeah,
I know Jared Leto's in that one, isn't he? Which is the Tron Ares.
Yeah, I think I've got no issues with Leto. I think he did all right. Yeah, not at all. You like Crash Bandicoot?
I did when I had a PS1.
When you had a PS1?
Yeah.
Well, he's returning and he's going to be in a Netflix animated series. Are you going to watch that?
Maybe not, but I don't know if anybody's realised this. The Netflix seems to be doing, I think they're using AI to be honest, it seems to be doing a lot of games to like sort of anime style animated series on Netflix. Because I watched the Devil May Cry one, which was quite good. I've watched Castlevania one, which is quite good. There's an Onimusha one, which is I ain't watched it, but I've heard that's pretty good. There's a couple of others I can't remember.
The Masters of the Universe stuff was really good.
Yeah,
that was obviously from a few years ago, but the new kind of like, I'll just say like reboot or whatever, slight reimagining, that was really good.
Yeah.
It also focused quite a lot on Teela as well, because it wasn't just He-Man, it was Masters of the Universe. You don't want some big masculine thing nowadays, do you? Going He-Man. It's all about the team. But I always like the team anyway, the Masters of the Universe. So I think it wrote really well actually. I quite enjoyed it. Teela's an absolute badass.
But yeah, it could be good. They've got the back catalogue of hits, so maybe they can do something Crash Bandicoot. I probably won't watch it. I prefer it a bit more serious. I like the Cyberpunk one. If anybody's watched that one, that's pretty good.
I can't remember what it's called. I think I've watched some of that.
Edge Runners.
Edge Runners, that's it. Yeah. I think I watched a bit. I think the animation's a bit odd.
It's trying to be very anime style. That one. I like the music on it. The Franz Ferdinand song. I quite liked. Which is a bit weird.
Just randomly thrown in there.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Spider-Man?
Do you know if this is true? I will be very happy because I will die on the hill that Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man. Now, they're trying to make a Spider-Man 4, which, I mean, are you happy about Tobey Maguire coming back? Because I can't remember what it was called. What was that? No Way Home or something? Tom Holland one.
Yeah.
Which had him and Andrew Garfield in. I love that one.
I like all of the actors that have done Spider-Man.
Yeah, I don't think there's a bad one. I think Spider-Man, they nail it every single time.
They have not missed a beat, have they?
No, but for me, Tobey Maguire is my Spider-Man because he hit at my age when I was into that when I was a teenager.
It was like the year, what was it, 2000? 2001?
Yes, I was like 14, 15, so I was like, this was the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
And I've always liked all three of them. I know people don't like the third one with Venom and Sandman and everything. That one got a bit of a bad rap.
Third film down the line, I mean, it's never gonna. They're never the best, are they?
it's supposed that number 4 was supposed to be Venom, not the Sandman. It was just number 3 was supposed to be Sandman. The 4th one was Venom, and the studio forced Sam Raimi of Evil Dead fame that made them to make those films into one. They sort of shoehorned Venom in, and he'd just done the 3rd one straight after the 2nd, and then straight after the 1st. So he said he'd had enough of Spider-Man. He needed like a year or 2 break in between, or he needed to do another project to come back, but he was contractually obliged, and that's why he sort of not tanked it on purpose, but didn't give it his all in a way. But if this is true, I mean, is it the Batman movies? Is that the what's it called?
I think so. No, I just think it's he was one of the so Mattson Tomlin was co-writer of Matt Reeves' Batman movies, so he hasn't received a no on his attempts to write a Spider-Man 4 film where Tobey Maguire, let's be honest, right, getting on now.
Yeah,
well, not getting on, but he's old enough, right, that he's a husband and a father, and I'm assuming still being fucking Spider-Man as well. I mean,
well,
come on.
He says that, doesn't he? In the No Way Home or whatever, where Andrew Garfield comes into it, he's dressed like Spider-Man because he's been Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield's got his coat and his mucky clothes on or whatever because he's just been to the shop to buy stuff at family or whatever because he's still juggling Spider-Man, but he's also doing his family thing. So I think that's what they want to lean into.
I think it could be good.
Yeah,
like a bit more from the heart sort of thing. You know, he's got his kids and he's got, you know, maybe he's got a full-time job or whatever. Not because let's be honest, where does Spider-Man get his money from? I don't get it. So we've got I need to cough. So Spider-Man is his little hero, does his things. He's got his kids. Who's he married to?
MJ.
Is it going to be?
Well, I'm sure that's what he said, but he said the way he says it in the No Way Home, it's sort of like, oh, we're still together, but it's troubled, like sort of like maybe they live apart, or that's not how it works, like the normal dynamic. So that would be interesting to see. That's Kirsten Dunst, but I mean, I'd love it if she came back, but I know she sort of slagged it off, didn't she, a couple of years ago, saying that she didn't. I don't know why you would think that you would be entitled to, but she seemed to think that because she didn't get paid the same as Tobey Maguire in the Spider-Man films, it was unfair.
Well, she wasn't a Spider-Man.
The name of the film is Spider-Man, so and he's got top billing and he's mainly in the film. She's sort of a side character, and if anything, in the first Spider-Man, she's sort of girl next door, quiet and all that. Second one, she becomes a little bit more. The third one, she's just whiny and moany all the time. So I don't know why she would think that she were pulling in the audiences when it's clearly Spider-Man in a Spider-Man film. But...
Well, I'm thinking Bryce Dallas Howard.
Oh yeah, she's the she would have been Black Cat. That's who she was going to be because she's
Gwen.
Yeah, she's Gwen. She would have been Black Cat. I think that's what they were getting her up to be, because he saves her, doesn't he, when that crane it's building and stuff, and they sort of have that moment. But yeah, she were going to be a bigger part in Spider-Man 4. So whether she comes back for this one,
yeah, let's bring Bryce Dallas Howard back. Yep, I prefer her to. Yeah. This is rubbish. I don't think you're interested in Fortnite, but have you watched Alien Earth?
No, I've heard really good things by
right. Well, I'm
by
not.
you.
Well, I'm not going to talk about Alien Earth anymore. Watch it if you get a chance. It's quite good.
I will do. I'll download it.
Fortnite is bringing some alien skins in, specifically from Alien Earth, which is quite good because I've already got an alien skin in Fortnite because I play with Karina. Well, we've been smashing Borderlands out recently, but it's a great game because you can go on for 10 minutes, have a couple of matches, and just go to work. You don't need. It's just a game. You don't need. There's no thought process in Fortnite. It's just a bit of fun. But I've already got a proper alien skin. I've got an alien skin. I've got a Ripley skin.
I don't know if I've seen something about this. Is one of them got a pair of trainers on? Because in program you could see some trainers. Do you know? And obviously someone in a suit, but he had like Adidas trainers on or something. I'm sure one of this. I'm sure it might just be a meme or something. But I'm sure the Fortnite skin has like Nike trainers on or something like that.
So you can buy trainers in Fortnite. You could have a character of like you could have like a Scooby Doo character, which Karina has actually just bought Scooby Doo one. We get like points, 3 points, and she's actually bought Scooby Doo. But you could also buy a pair of trainers, and then Scooby could wear them.
Oh, someone might have just done that taking piss then.
Yeah,
because
it could have been something like that. Right, we're gonna jump into Borderlands. And then we'll do our tier maker after. So if you'd like to kick off with Borderlands 4, tell me about Borderlands 4. I know it's been out a while, but you do that, and I'm going to eat one of these nuts here and then mute my mic.
Right. So Borderlands 4, for anyone who doesn't know, it's the 4th one in the Borderlands game. So basically you get a Vault Hunter and you have the main quest that you have to sort of work out what's going on. It's usually some antagonist baddie, and there's also vaults to raid. That's the gist of the story. You don't really need to know anymore. And it's got really good gunplay. The characters are really varied and developed. You level up, you get skills, you pick up different weapons. There's bosses, there's areas to find out. All the
Claptrap and bloody Claptrap's still in it. I really wish that little shit would blow up.
Yeah, Claptrap's in it, which weirdly I found he disappeared about a third of way through the game, and you don't really see him again.
Barely. Every now and again you hear from him, or one of them will say, "Oh, maybe Claptrap knows," and he's like, "Claptrap." I'm like, "Fuck off."
Yeah, because he sort of sets you up as being like a Crimson Raid or Crimson Resistance in this one. From other ones, it sets you up for that, and then he sort of goes quiet for a bit, and you don't really see him, and then it's you work through basically 4 different areas, and there's like a faction that you help out in each area. Kill the main boss of the area. You have to work out how to get to him, and then you go and kill the big bad at the end.
I do think Claptrap is wasted, but at the same time, I hate him, so I'm not really bothered.
Yeah, I mean, I saw someone on Reddit say something about Echo One or something. I can't remember what it's called. The robot that you get in the game.
Ecto One.
Ecto, the Ghostbusters car. It lets you like scan the area, which I found a bit pointless really. Lets you scan the area and you can customize it. That's basically it. It's supposed to be weird. It's explained at the beginning. You get like a lock in your top of your spine, so someone can control you, but while you've got the robot near you, it can't control you. And that's mentioned one more time later on, and then it's never mentioned again.
I won't lie, I didn't know that having Echo One near you stopped the spine control thing.
Yeah, that's why
I totally missed it.
There's like someone that helps you out at the beginning. It's called AJ or RJ or something.
Yeah, RJ.
His logs around.
RJ, yeah.
It's his robot, and that's why he keeps you with him. And then when he dies, you take over the robot. And then there's like a bit later on where something hits you and knocks you away from the robot, and then the timekeeper, which is the main baddie, can take over your until you get back to the robot, so it starts controlling you and kills somebody. I can't remember.
Oh, it's that. Fucking hell.
That woman, is it?
Zendaya.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name. Yeah.
You kill her because you get took over, and that's
sorry. Spoiler.
Yeah, spoiler alert. I mean, you probably forget because we're getting names wrong anyway.
Yeah,
but it's
Zendaya does not die in
the Spider-Man.
No, she's still with Tom Holland. Still with Tom Holland. Yeah.
And I've seen other people on Reddit say, why could that robot not just have been Claptrap? That seems like it might have made a bit more sense, but then you won't be able to customize him as much as you can customize this robot, because there's like sort of ears and body types and colours and
I think mine had like a clown's hat on or something, like a pointy hat for a while.
Yeah, we played on it the other day together, and if you get 100 million of the useless cash in the game, because you don't really need it, you unlock a little top hat for it. And I was trying to do that, but then I died and lost 10 million, and it made me mad. But yeah, that's the sort of game it is. It's a good single player game, and it's a good co-op game. Both equally as good. I know it were a bit rocky at first, but I didn't try the multiplayer at first. People saying they lost progression, and the maps don't sort of translate over between people.
The maps don't work. Yeah, so you can if you're unlocking stuff and someone else has not got them unlocked, and depends who joins who to what's unlocked, one's not. And I think if Karina if Karina's played with me and we've both unlocked like one of the bases, if then she goes back onto her single player, the same character, but she does a bit of single player, it's not unlocked. So there's something does not work right with it, and I'm really not a fan because
it works on 3, didn't it, and 2? I'm sure that because is it 2 where you start off in snow? Yeah, isn't it? Because we've done that a couple of times, and it don't matter whose game we join. You join my game or I join your game. The program.
Okay, so I'm recording again. So I have to apologise. My PC decided to absolutely die just then, but we're back up and running. Luckily, I'm a wizard and I've got it all saved, so we're fine. We were just talking about the maps don't load, and I was just saying how they don't link together very well. But other than that, good stuff. Do you like the open world format?
I do, more than I thought I would, because I like games like Far Cry or Assassin's Creed, the Ubisoft sort of open areas where there's lots of stuff to do.
Far Cry 2, 3. 3 was very good. That's the one with that the definition of insanity.
Yeah, Vaz. Yeah,
yeah. I thought that was very good actually.
Yeah, it's got that feel to it where you go and find like silos, and it sort of opens up where vault key is, and lots of different activities to do that you can sort of tick off a little checklist. I quite like that. I like the map slowly uncovering itself as you go along. I think it works really well. I'm glad that they took our Catch a Ride, because that would have been an absolute nightmare.
Catch a Ride.
Yeah, I can see that. That's you had to get your vehicle from a certain spawn point in the other games. This one you can sort of just manifest it, and it appears, which is perfect, because it would have not been very fun if you had to keep going back and finding it and doing all that, because the game wants you to traverse it either on foot or with the vehicle at different points, because there's small caves, there's cliffs to climb, but then there's big open roads and jumps to do.
Yeah.
So you need to be able to switch between like fast and fluidity with it. So I think it works really well. I think they've done a good job with it. It never once did I feel like it needed to be more linear. I think open worlds nearly always are a good idea, and I think it works really well with Borderlands.
Yeah, no, solid. There's quite a few times I've had a jump as well. Speaking about jumping, I've jumped over like a ravine, but then I've jumped out of my vehicle, done a double jump, I've glided, and then I've hooked onto something.
Yeah.
A couple of times I've had to do it. I quite like it. I didn't think I liked the open world, and I'm still not entirely sold on it, but I think it works. I mean, so in some ways, the Borderlands 3 had like open world elements. You'd go to a new area and you could do what you want. But this kind of just puts them all together, doesn't it? So I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Weapon of choice.
Every other game I've used in the Borderlands, I've used a mixture between melee and pistols or sniper rifles, and then usually shotguns for crowd control. And that's 1, 2, and 3. I've stuck with that. This time, I don't know whether it's the character that I've picked, which is Rafa, which is a sort of soldier one, an exo soldier or something it's called. He has got melee stuff, but it doesn't seem to be a big thing in this game. I couldn't get along with it.
So if you've got a health bar and you've got like 10% left, then you can sort of melee them. Yeah. But I've often liked the melee aspect, so that you can be running around, and let's say there's someone with like half a health bar or something, and then you get a melee, you kill him. I've barely used melee. It's been quite disappointing.
I've not used it. It's to even point where that Rafa's got a skill where you can switch out his melee attack. The first one he uses has got a cooldown timer. If like sort of flings out like a sort of fiery disc sort of explosion. Yeah. I always, every time I go to use melee, which is very rarely, I fling that out and I think, oh yeah, I've got that attack, and then I forget that I've got it, and then I never use it. So it is weird that in this game it's I ain't used it, and it's no need for it. I've used assault rifles, or SMGs, which I never use in any of the Borderlands games, but I've lent towards these. So that's what I've stuck with. And I mean, I was talking to you the other day about it. One of the legendaries I've got, luckily got an upgraded version to match level 50. is an assault rifle that's just sporadically fires rockets out at the same time. And I needed another gun that's just so good. It just works so well.
Yeah, I mean, I think initially, probably for about 3/4 of this, I've used primarily a Jacobs shotgun, a Jacobs sniper rifle, and that's anything else that I just try. But every now and again, I come across an assault rifle that's okay. Jacobs pistols are all right, but if I'm one-shotting stuff, I think thing is you're looking at rapid fire over six bullets, and then you're done, and you have to reload. So and it's got like a bit of a recoil on them as well, so it kind of just fucks you up anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only during the latter part of the game where I've thought to myself, what is their health bar? If it's the yellow one, you're using corrosive. If it's blue, you're using your shock weapons, which tend to be Malawan ones, don't they? But they've got, the way they've done the guns is that you'll have like a Jacobs gun, but it's got a torque like add on to it, which so you'll fire a rocket as like your explosive rounds, should I say?
Yeah.
So that's been quite interesting, but it's all right. I mean, I've been playing Rafa as well. I think do you use the where it's got the dual beams?
I did, but then I switched over to like a shotgun version. I did actually use the blades at first, on the green path, I think it is.
Is that where you run around with the blades?
Yeah,
same. I did same.
Yeah, I thought it doesn't seem to be really doing anything. I'd rather have them as sort of automatic turrets that are just firing on other stuff while I'm doing other stuff. I wish that they worked a better way where they didn't have to be where you was facing. I'd like to be able to like sort of be firing over here while that's killing someone behind me or something. Do you know what I mean? I prefer it like that. But
I do like the fact that you can pick so you activate your turrets, and then you can press I would press middle mouse, and it would lock a specific, like if you wanted to lock your boss, it would only shoot at them. Which is quite good because sometimes you want the little minions around the bosses to stay alive so you can kill them and revive your second win yourself.
Yeah.
So I've been Rafa, but I've also been playing a lot with Vex as well. Vex is quite cool. She's got the there's a couple of different ones, but there's one where she's got like a cat. So it's called Trouble, but then if you activate it, it goes into Big Trouble, and they cause a shitload of damage. They're great. Not so great if you with co-op, I've found, because I've been playing with Karina. She only uses Vex. So what's been happening is I'll be playing and I'll be downed, and I'll think, there's a dude walking around, I've got his health low, I'm about to kill him. A fucking cat will come up and just kill it, and you won't get your second wind, which is very annoying. So
do you think that character's more suited for solo?
I would say solo, but only in that aspect. Just in that aspect. But Vex is cool because so I've got like a solo single player one that I played a bit on. That's Vex for me.
Yeah.
And then, like I say, the one that I play with Karina is Rafa. I do quite like Rafa. Karina started off with Harlow, which is she throws like a lantern down, which causes various. But she can't. But I'm getting a lot of feedback from forums that Harlow's like the worst one in terms of her abilities and just. But there are people that have managed to figure her out.
Yeah.
But for me, I ain't got time to figure a character out. Just give me guns, give me a cat that runs around and kills shit. If you have to really figure it out, I think maybe that's too much effort for me.
Yeah.
The build I've got currently on Rafa is one I found online. I just respect and tried it. I like to try, because you can pick your own stuff and go, I'll use this. But sometimes you might think, I'll try something different. So I tried something different and it's fine. This one seems to work. So if you're playing and you activate your skill, you got your turrets up, every now and again it will jump up a little bit. So it's like you could earn some action skill time duration on it, and which is quite good. Any bosses that you found difficult or that you like fighting?
Yeah, well, both. I liked fighting. And I found very difficult. I said it to you the other day. I forgot her name. They're like Callis or something. They're like Spider Woman.
Yeah, in Carcadia.
Yeah, she
Spider Woman
looked like a really interesting mod. Yeah, we had too much of a spoiler. You get to fight her twice, and the second one especially, I died a few times on that. It was quite a difficult fight, but I did enjoy that character and that sort of like she's like a rebellious one against, because all the others are like sort of generals to the main boss,
Yeah.
and this one was one that's like basically wants to make an elevator to the moon, to go to the moon. And it's probably one of the more interesting aspects of the game and the story. And she's like one of the rippers, which are called rippers because they pull the bolt thing that's in the back of your brain that lets the timekeeper control you. Pull that out, but when you pull that out, you go mad. So you'd be like nutcases, like psychos in Borderlands lore.
They are they are like the new psychos, aren't they?
Yeah. But yeah, I found that boss to be particularly good. Died a couple of times, and then the other boss, which killed me a lot, which annoyed me. We actually killed the other day. I'd already killed it on my own, but it took a long time. But me and you killed it, and it glitched with them like sort of three jets and sort of like little spacecraft with three different people in.
Shit, I can't remember what they're called.
They're like babies or something, aren't they?
They're like little UFOs that they sit on and they fly around. They've got shields, haven't they?
Yeah. And it glitched in it for us, like one of them had gone out of bounds or something, so we were farming that as a boss. And
so we couldn't restart it.
Yeah. But yeah, they were on your own solo, because I played through it all on hard difficulty, and then when you get the chance, when you finish the game, you can play like I can't remember what it's called, like Legendary Vault mode, where they up the difficulty even more.
Ultimate Vault,
yeah. And I'm on level 2 of that because I'm trying to get to level 5, which is max level on that to do achievements. But everything seems not too hard anyway. It's just some of the bosses, like them ones on that mode, I just couldn't kill. They were ridiculously hard, but we managed it with 2 of us. So
yeah, I mean, I played through it on normal because I never want too much of a challenge. I want a challenge, but I still just want to enjoy the game as well. So for me, I'm not like you. You like to punish yourself, don't you?
I do. But the jump, to be honest, the jump from normal to hard, and now you've got decent weapons and you max level. You might as well do that because you get more legendaries, you get better loot, you get more money, and it's not even really a challenge. Just that little extra step up. I didn't really notice it. Me.
Yeah. The world events. I mean, they're quite.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that if you accidentally get knocked out of that dome, so it's like a dome that forms, and you go in and you fight like a boss. It can be one you've fought before, or just like something new. But if you get knocked out of the dome, it just gets rid of it all. I hate that.
There is also it's not doesn't tell you anywhere. There's a time limit so from when you step in that dome, if you don't kill that enemy within 60 seconds or whatever that the arbitrary number is, it just disappears and goes away. I've had that a few times where I'll be fighting it and there's loads and loads of enemies there, and then especially there's one, I can't remember its name. He's like a robot one, and he just constantly runs and sort of teleports.
Is it the one that's like pixelated?
Yeah. That one, because he can be quite tricky to pin down. The area that he sometimes spawns in has a lot of other enemies that are quite difficult. And I'll be fighting him and his health bar's there and everything. And then suddenly it just all like sort of evaporates away. And it's like, what? And it's because you don't kill him in a certain amount of time.
Yeah, the Halloween world events, or basically the Halloween thing was just the same.
Yeah.
But it had an orange sky. That's the only difference. Did you find the end game satisfying?
I mean, the only part of the end game that there is missions that carry on after, like doing that ultimate vault level 5 and all that, and a couple of missions about you unlock specialization, which is like another way to level up. Basically, you use the iridium in the other games to get like you'd use them for stuff to get like reload faster a little bit. It give you like an extra 2% or something. If you can remember that.
And you could also use the iridium as a currency, because there was that guy that went, "What you want?"
Yeah, that's for SDU stuff to put your armor ammo. You can get this game. You collect SDU points or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a bit. I don't know. It's a bit weird, isn't it, that one?
I thought the boss was easy. The end boss, timekeeper. I didn't think he was especially hard.
Yeah, I don't think he was difficult. I know there's like a meme, isn't there, going around on Reddit about it because someone asked for help killing him, and everyone's like, "Can you help me kill Timekeeper now?" Because he's not a particularly difficult boss. He glitched out 3 times when I was killing him, so 3 separate times, and I had to restart the game every time because he just disappeared. Because he goes into his next phase and nothing happened, and I was just running around the arena with boss music on and like the ads still spawning around and everything. Bit annoying.
Yeah.
But,
do you think there's anything moving forward for like a next Borderlands? Do you think it'll just be another planet, another open world? Or...
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I think they'll support this one for a while.
Mm.
I know they've got some DLCs and everything. There's a new character coming after Christmas, which I'm looking forward to. Yeah, like a sort of gunslinger cowboy robot thing.
Yeah.
I'll probably end up getting that and jump back into it properly and start again with him. But I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, by all accounts, it's done pretty well. People's enjoyed it. I know 3 didn't do as well, and people don't seem to like it. I quite like 3. I know me and you played through it all, didn't we, on 3rd one? But hopefully they make another one. So too early to tell, isn't it, what it could be. I think they would need a different style, maybe. To step away from main baddie and do something else. I wouldn't mind a Borderlands in space, to be honest. Having a sort of spaceship and going from planet to planet, or little biomes, little moons,
if
or
we
something
can
like
put
that.
Space into it, we will do.
Yeah, every game with space in is ultimately better.
Yeah, so Pearlescent Gear is coming at the beginning of next year, which will be good. But it's like legendary. It's like legendary stuff. The amount of legendary stuff I picked up, used, and just gone, well, like shit.
Yeah,
and just not even bothered with it. I think there's only a handful. I mean, I used the Hot Slugger, which is the Jacob's shotgun, it's just, well, I found it quite early on. I used it for like 10 levels or something, and then just farmed for a new one.
Yeah.
But apparently that's arguably the best shotgun to use, and I happen to randomly come across and just be like, oh, I like this. But I was using Jacob's shotguns originally. That's just like a Jacob's shotgun on crack.
Yeah.
So yeah, quite enjoyed it. Yeah, right. So let's do our tier maker. Right, so I'll introduce the tier maker for us today. We have we're going to put in order controllers, mainly control pads, variants of. They're not all on there. I found it on tier maker. There's like, I think 20 on there. So we're going to go through them. We're going to decide which we think's the best. And as we've done it before, we'll come to an agreement on what we think. We won't, we can have a bit of a, I love that one. So we can have like one each that we can push high, but we'll have to roughly agree on all the others. Do you want to make your way through these and we'll chat, or do you want to do it that way?
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, right. So I'm going to pick first. I know which one's going to be S. Just from looking at it, but I'll save that one for later. I don't think we've got the same order, but I'm going to go for the Switch Joy-Cons first.
Switch Joy-Cons.
Yeah,
okay.
I think they're Switch 2, them ones, but they're just exactly the same anyway. There's no difference. I can't tell either way. But I think the Switch ones are not very good. You get a control pad, like sort of slot thing that makes them better, but on the sides of the thinger, I think they're awkward to hold. They give me cramp in my hand if I'm holding the thing, and I don't think we've already mentioned it once, we can't forget that they drift and they're not very good build quality.
Yeah, so the build quality when they come out was shit. I also think that they're too small. Like,
yeah, they are.
It's a family console. Families means kids and adults. I would say, average size hands. Yeah. Not big, not small. But my God, when you've got the joystick to play like Mario Kart, you've got like the joystick and you've got the buttons. Also, the buttons are really close to the joystick.
Yeah.
And it's very weird. Just very weird. And I just think it's shocking. Where do you want to put it on the list?
I think comfort-wise and everything else, maybe a C, but because of the build quality and because I think they could be made better in every way, I think D. I mean, if you're happy for D, I'm
happy to put that in D, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't think it's crap. We haven't really got a totally shit.
No.
We could go, I mean, just by a glance, is there anything on it that you would consider worse? There is for me, but only like
Ooh.
one of them.
There's. I don't think I'd say there's anything worse, but I think there's equal to in terms of uncomfortable.
We'll leave it on D. We can always adjust.
Yeah.
Next joypad go.
Right. We're gonna go with the 360, which is the black control pad on this one.
Yes, it is black.
Yeah, and that's probably the one that I've had the most use of is a 360 control pad. And the amount of batteries that I went through on this, because it wasn't a chargeable one, you had to put double A's in it. And the amount of control pads that I've worn out, that have broke, that have got drift, that the X and B button, not X and B, A and B, sorry, I've worn out, especially from Grand Theft Auto for tapping to run. I only recently threw away about 12 control pads and they're all 360. I've still got some knocking about. I can't get rid of them. But I've got a great fondness for this one because I think it's very comfortable to hold. I think it's one of the most comfortable pads ergonomically. It fits your hand. It's just the I don't know if it's just me being a bit obsessive with gaming. The build quality. So I can't. I think a B. I don't know about you.
You're going for a B. I reckon. Oh, I reckon.
It could. Are you thinking A?
Because it's only the batteries for me that have a kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy A or B.
I think sit it in A and we'll see how the rest sit. But it's definitely up there.
Yeah, it was a low A for me. That. But yeah.
B seems a bit unfair.
Yeah, maybe because out of all these control pads, that's the one I've had the most interaction with. Just because I had 360 for so long, and that's usually the one that I would play on the PC. I mean, I've got the one I've got at the minute. I don't know if you can see. It's an off-market one, but it's one of the decent ones. It's actually an Xbox, but in the shape of sort of a Switch control pad.
I would grab my control pad, but it's under a while, so I've got basically an Xbox-styled one.
Yeah,
I got it from Argos, and it's got it's actually got. I don't normally have pattern control pads, but it's got like a spring blossom tree on it. It's it's really nice, and it's basically an Xbox pad.
Yeah.
What are you thinking next?
Right. Do you want me to pick the next?
Yep.
Let's go original Xbox because seems we've just done 360, which is the one that says Xbox massively.
The big X on it.
Yeah, which is not a button. That's just a sticker, which always
it's got the green X on it, which is commonly known as the Duke.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can see the buttons on that one are like sort of warped and sideways, and the A, X, B, and Y, and then there's the white and black buttons, which they got rid of.
It's too big. It's too clunky. The buttons are weird. For me, it's not a D. It's a C, because it's the precursor. It's like dissing your granddad because he couldn't use a phone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Without your granddad, you wouldn't have had you. So I'm just happy to slot
I was going to say C. It's uncomfortable, but still more comfortable than a lot of these control pads.
Yeah.
So I think go for C with that one.
Yeah.
Right. Next one, SNES. Right. I don't know how much.
I've never had a SNES, but I played a lot on my friends, so I know.
Yeah.
I know what they are.
That is not the comfortablest pad. I think it's an iconic look for a pad. I'll be fast with this one. I also think this is a C.
Interesting.
It can be uncomfortable after a while because of the flat back, but there's something that holds a little bit of nostalgia for me with this one.
I would argue that it's for me between like a B and a C. The reason is because you obviously have the original NES controller, which we're going to come across in a minute.
Yeah.
But the SNES controller, it slapped more buttons on it and shoulder buttons.
Yeah. It
actually, as a controller, as an evolution of a controller, I think it was a lot better than some of them.
Yeah.
I'm happy for.
We can go B.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, let's do B. I think that's fair. That's fair. Okay.
So I don't know whether to lumber these in because they're very much similar pads, which is the PlayStation pads.
So I think that the original PlayStation one could be done on its own. I think the rest can just go together. Yeah.
I think the original one, it's comfortable-ish.
I think it's a bit thin, a bit skinny.
Yeah,
hard.
and it's thin, and it's not. I mean, I broke a couple of them throwing them at wall from playing at PS1 and being angry at them, and we ended up getting the I can't remember what you used to call them now, like the aftermarket ones, you know, where they had the turbo buttons and everything.
Yeah.
Like that, because they lasted longer than these. I'm happy for the original one to go in a D in terms of comfort.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, and then if we move on to PS2, which is the wired one, that in fact the PS1 DualShock one, I think that's a C, just because it improves on comfort and feels a little bit more like you're holding it in your hand.
So that's the grey one, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that can go. Are we going? That was a good joypad, to be fair.
Yeah, but I'm thinking we've got the others to try and fit in.
Okay.
There's not much in terms of difference. I think the PS2 one, they added some sort of grip, you know, to the like handheld parts. It was like a sort of rubber thing. Yeah. So, but not enough to. I think that's also a C. Basically, I don't think.
So the black PS3 one.
Yeah, which is the that's wireless. So now we're getting into different sort of territory.
Wait a minute. So let me just get it straight. So I've got the original PlayStation D, and then the one with the analogs on C.
Yep. The PS2 C.
And the PS2. The picture of it on here is the one with it's just the black Sony controller with the wire coming up and going to the left, isn't it? That one's C. Yep.
Yep. And then the PS3 is the exact same but with no wire.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's how much they increase then.
So what we're doing with that one?
I think 4 deserves a B, which has got the trackpad on and the speaker, because it does actually innovate and it does add a little bit more comfort. Maybe the PS3 one at the same, or this. So maybe that's, I don't know. We could put that PS3 in C, PS4 in B. I feel.
And the PS4 is the one with the trackpad, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, that could easily be an A for me. I do quite like the PS4 pad. I know we're not doing the PS5 pad because I don't own a PS5. I've never used a PS5.
Same.
I know you don't own one, and no. I'm guessing you. And I've also heard they're a bit crap as well, so it probably just end up being a C or a D. But we haven't used them, so we're not going to do it. I think at least one of us has had to use one of these pads to be able to give it a fair shot. So let's go. It'd be easy for me to do Saturn now, but let's do Mega Drive or Genesis, I think, next.
Yeah.
And then we'll do Saturn after. The Genesis pad for me is it's one I grew up on. It's got a flat back as well, like the older pads. They hadn't worked out how to bend plastic, it seems, with the older ones, so they fit a bit. And the buttons, the A and B and C buttons, always felt a little bit plasticky, like sort of where you tap them, so like
the
they were
back
loose.
Of the Genesis pad wasn't flat; it had a bit where you could slide. So if you were to hold it, and then you can see it on like that, there was a bump. So it wasn't flat, but it wasn't like a banana kind of curve to it or anything like that.
Yeah, it had not quite got there. So I think maybe a C for the Mega Drive one, unless you want to put it higher.
No, because the D-pad on it had a hole, and I used to get a blister on my thumb if I was playing games too long.
That was going to be my next thing. From playing on Mega Drive, I'd get a blister there on my thumb from doing it all the time. Yep. So we'll put it in C. Might as well go Saturn. Now, my cousin had a Saturn, and I used the Saturn there. Did you have a Saturn?
No, but I did play on one quite a bit.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm happy to go with what you want on this one because I didn't have as much.
I have to treat it as an evolution, and for me, it can easily go into B.
B, yeah, I'm fine with that. Right, we'll start with. I know we've done the SNES pad, but why don't we do the NES pad?
Yep.
I had hundreds of hours on this pad as well, and to be honest, it's probably, it is the most basic pad on this list. I mean, it's only got like what's a D-pad, start, select A and B.
Yep.
That's like the only buttons on it. It was square, it was flat. The wire was very short. I don't know if you remember that. So you had to basically sat in front of the TV to play it, and it caused my hands to cramp. I would like to put that in a D, unless you would like that to be higher.
I would. I want to go. See, I think this could push up to a B, because I think yeah. No, C.
C, right?
Yeah.
We'll go C,
because it did the job. It was basic. It did the job. There was nothing else for it to do. I think it sits nice in C.
Yeah.
It's nothing amazing. 2 buttons, select, start. It probably didn't even need. Probably could have just done with a start button. To be fair.
Right.
Yeah.
Next one then, N64, the first control pad to have an analog stick, if that's what you can call it. Also, it was specifically designed for people with 3 hands, which I could never understand why. I owned an N64. I enjoyed the N64, but the pad was never felt intuitive enough, because you either had to hold it like that or hold it like that, and then try and do that.
Yeah, I think it's the worst pad ever created.
Yeah, it's not a good pad. People will say, "Oh, it was right good because it innovated." No, the analog stick was terrible. It was basically just a D-pad, so there was no like sort of in between thing really. It was just a D-pad but with a stick, and I can remember dust and fluff and all sorts of stuff getting caught, and it used to because it was plastic on plastic with no sort of bearing, it'd sort of scrape and it'd cause like plastic powder. I don't know if that's giving me lung conditions in later life from breathing
Definitely.
that. Yeah, so I'm more than happy to put that in a D if you're happy to put that in a D. I mean, if I could maybe put it a bit lower, but we haven't got a lower, so we'll put it in D.
I could make another one.
No, we'll keep it in D just to not be sacrilegious. Right, we'll go Sega again, and we'll do Dreamcast. Now, did you have a Dreamcast?
No, but I used one.
I had a Dreamcast, and I've spoken about this before in other podcasts. My mum gave it away, and I was very angry going out after I moved out because it was in the garage.
Yes, I think I remember you saying.
Yeah, and I loved the Dreamcast. I Shenmue and Crazy Taxi and all that. It was a really good thing. The pad, not so much. I mean, just look at it. It's got its own screen, but the memory card was expensive to put in it, and the batteries ran out really, really fast. It was like a watch. I think
you have to appreciate the Dreamcast for what it was. Far ahead of its time. It should have succeeded. And the fact that you could have the separate screen, which you could also take out and use to game on, I believe. So I think give it some credit, but you can rate it. I'm not rating it.
It would get higher if it weren't so chunky, and I don't know if you've noticed this. It has a wire at the bottom. All the other pads have a wire at the top. So imagine you're holding that. Normally, you want to do it sort of like put your hands down.
Would push you. It would push you weird, wouldn't it? Yeah.
It was not comfortable to hold for a long time. So it can't get as high as it can. So I'm torn between B and a C. Now, I could put it in B and be happy, but if you would like a C, or if you want to keep it
a B, it's fine.
B. Dreamcast in a B, and then we'll do next one. I think I know which one this is going to be. This for you, the Wii U screen, because we've already done Dreamcast with a screen. So let's go for one that's basically a screen with buttons.
People raved about the Wii, obviously. In fact, no, hang on. Let's just do the Wii.
I never had one.
Let me just do the Wii.
We'll do the Wii.
I think the Wii's controller for me is an A. I'm going to throw it straight up there. I think it brought it. It could even be an S, but it's not going up there.
Right.
It's an A. I think it brought a whole new way of controlling stuff, and I think it was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
You had the infrared on it, or whatever the fuck it used. You got the pointer on it, which you could use in games. I remember using it in Mario Galaxy to collect stars. You could shoot stuff with it. It worked. It didn't feel like it would work, but it worked.
Yeah.
So it's an A. Do you agree with that? Without dragging this out too long?
No, I'm happy with. I loved that. The batteries lasted forever. The little speaker on it was tinny, but it was effective.
Like you had a ding when stuff happened. Yeah.
I enjoyed Wii Sports on it. Zelda Twilight Princess, all the good stuff. I'm happy with that in an A.
Okay.
So Wii U. I've never used. I think I've held one once or twice. This one's up to you.
Sit on a settee, stuck in the corner. Got a pillow on your lap, and you can sit that there and just play with it. If you wanted to play a game on your own, you could do full experience. If you wanted to play multiplayer, you could do. because they could have the screen, you could turn the back on them, and you can use your little screen. It brought maps. It was brilliant. I think the Wii U should have been that it should have succeeded more than it did.
Nintendo failed it.
I think Nintendo failed it. I think the marketing was wrong for it. I think the fact that it called it a Wii U made people think it was a Wii.
Yeah, the people thought it was like a peripheral, didn't they, for the Wii?
Yeah.
They thought it was like an add-on or something, not its own standalone.
And also without the Wii U, you would never have had a Switch.
Yeah.
Wii U for me is going to be an A.
An A, right. Next one, GameCube. I don't know about if you had a GameCube.
My Jack's got a GameCube in his room.
I cannot explain how important I think the GameCube were for gamers in terms of the boost in graphics. This is the only time I think Nintendo, or the last time, should I say, that they did, where they impressed all the other generation of stuff like the PS2 and the original Xbox in graphic fidelity. The graphics on a GameCube still hold up today. I could easily play one today. You could tell me it just come out today, the game,
also,
and I would believe you.
Yeah, also a Wii is literally a GameCube.
Yeah, I know you could backwards compatible, couldn't you? You could they worked with it.
So where's it going?
That's an A for me.
Okay.
So I'll put that in A if you're all right with it.
Yeah.
Generic PC control pad, I think this one is, and I could put that in a C if you want that in a C.
It's fine in a C.
It's fine in a C. Switch control pad.
So I have not used this Switch control pad, but you say you've got one.
Yeah, it's the Switch Pro or something it's called. I ain't got the actual legit one because they're like about 70 quid. I've got like a thing of that. I mean, that's basically it. The same as that. It's a good all-around control pad. Got no complaints with it. Now I've saved the best for last. I'm sure you're going to agree with this one. It's the Xbox One control pad. And I don't know if it's got an extra name, Elite or something they call it.
I don't think that's an Elite one.
Because the buttons have like a little crinkly rubber bit on, don't they, on the analog sticks? This by far I think is the best control pad. I think the build quality feels exquisite on it. I had one until it broke, not because of anything of its code, and I relished using it every single time.
I think we've got about 4
Yeah.
Actual original ones, proper ones in the house. 2 white, there's a black one. And there's a blue one, because I had the Xbox like Forza edition, which was blue.
Yeah.
And when you switched it on, you went like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's a massive improvement on an already very good control pad, which was 361. I think this one is good. I don't feel as though you could get any better. If someone hands me that control pad, if every one of these control pads was in front of me and said you've got to play your next game on that, this is the one I would pick up every single time.
Yeah.
It would been. It's got rechargeable batteries that last for ages. They don't just run out straight away. Yeah, I mean, I think you can get them where you can put double A's in them. I can't remember.
I put a double A's in mine. Yeah, they work, but they last a while.
Yeah, so I mean, it don't overly complicate it. The PS4 is the control pad on that. You charge it up, you can't change the batteries, and the batteries don't last very long on them at all. You're talking 8 hours max. It's got lights and stupid flashing stuff and making noises. The Xbox One doesn't have that. It just has that nice white, crisp, clean X light behind it. And I think that works really well. So I think that's an S. That's the pinnacle of control pads.
Yeah, and I will. It's like if there was between an A and an S, I think that the Wii U could sit. Not Wii U, the Wii could sit there as well. But if we're only going for one S, it would be that. If it was 2, I think it would be the Wii one as well, just because, for what it is, for what it gave us, I think was amazing. Yeah. So I will remove the Wii from the S, put it back in A, and we'll leave that there. And normally these tier makers get a bit of feedback because people always like to say no, don't they?
Someone's going to, N64 was the best one. I loved it. You're wrong. Unless you can prove us wrong.
Yeah, it was trash. And the Switch one's trash as well.
Yeah.
Doesn't bring anything to the table.
No. Apart from arthritis and hand cramps.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right, and on that note, there's our Tiermaker. If you've managed to survive this far, thank you, and apologies for any audio issues because my computer had a stroke. Hopefully, I can get that fixed. Next week, we are going to be looking at man caves. It's going to be a lot more than that, though. Also, a little bit about mental health we're going to throw in.
Mm-hmm.
I will chuck some on Facebook. So if anyone likes to give us any feedback on that. But from this point on, my name is Lee.
And my name is Nathan.
And see you later.
Bye.